Hey everyone, happy Saturday. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Thank you for joining me last minute. I was drinking my cup of Nancy and I was scrolling the internet and Melodee crossed my site again. And I mentioned her shortly the other day. And since then, I you know, drinking my coffee and I'm deep diving and I'm like, you know what? This is really bizarre. There is so much to unfold here that I would love to unfold it all with you and bring awareness to this poor child Melodee and see what everyone thinks. Hey J Kels, Roddy, Nikki, Pika, go grab another cup, girl. Let's go. Butter, Roberta, be nice, try it. Good morning, good morning. Oh, hold on. Let me grab my charger. Thank you, Rose, for hitting the thumbs up on your way in. Now I know this one doesn't have our typical fix of drama, but there are some very bizarre things going on here. Hey, cat girl, Roddy with the 43. Thank you, my friend. Iva, hey, girlfriend. Good morning, Janet. Sherry, Colleen coming in with the 42. Strolls in with coffee and one eye open. Yeah, I know. It is early. It is early on a Saturday. I don't expect many of you to be awake. Have you never say never? Yeah, this is interesting. Oh, it's 6:30. I better start whispering. I'm sorry. One of these days I'm going to do better. And I'm going to have a better schedule that accumulates everybody. Hey Vicky. It is so early. I'm sorry. That's exciting, Pristine. I'm so happy for you. Are you going to a craft fair? I'm doing a we have family getting together later to do a whole like spectacular thing, right? We're gonna carve and paint pumpkins like we did last weekend. But this time it is all family, like extended and everything. So it'll be fun. Hey, Twisted Crime Scene. Oh, just getting off work. I love local craft fairs, and you guys know me, I don't miss a single one. It's just nice to get out. It's nice to live in an area where there are so many events like that and you can walk around and you run into people. If you're like me, you run the opposite way, but you get it. Life has taught me the hard way many years ago to never say never because it just may happen to us and then it sure don't feel good. Yeah, I mean that's the truth. You're in Florida, Roddy? You forgot to pick me up, silly. What type of crafts do you make? Good morning, B10. This one is interesting, man. This one is full of so many twists and turns. Now, listen, it's a Saturday morning. It's not drama filled. It's a last minute stream. I'm not expecting a lot of people, so I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it. So, Melodee, the photo we're seeing of Melodee is the photo you're seeing on my screen, on my thumbnail. That is not an updated photo of Melodee. And the reason it's not an updated photo of Melodee is because Melodee hasn't been seen by family in years. And it is the family that is helping the police because the mother is not. Oh, come on with this allow ads crap. I hate when they do this. So the photo going around of Melodee is when she was much younger, 5 years old. So here is the timeline. As the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office reports, this is the current timeline. The investigation began on October 14th, 2025, when a school administrator reported Melodee's extended absence. Deputies responded to her residence in the 500 block of Mars Avenue, where they contacted Melodee's mother, 35-year-old Ashlee. Melodee was not at home, and no verifiable explanation for her whereabouts was provided. Sorry. Give me one second. Mm-hmm. Through their ongoing investigation, detectives have narrowed the critical timeline to between October 7th and October 10th. Investigators have confirmed that Ashlee, the mother, was seen return into her Lompoc residence on October 10th, driving the same rental vehicle she departed with on October 7th, but Melodee was not in the car. Investigators understand that this 3-day road trip went from Lompoc to the Nebraska area, with the return trip including the state of Kansas. Detectives are now focused on determining where Melodee was during those 3 days and where she may be now. Now, here's where it gets weird, right? As part of the update, detectives are sharing a surveillance image of Melodee captured at a local car rental business on October 7th. In the photo, Melodee is wearing a hooded sweatshirt with the hood pulled up and what appears to be a wig that is darker and straighter than her natural hair. Investigators believe the wig may have been used to alter her appearance. Detectives also note that Ashlee is known to wear wigs. Now, check this out. Okay, this is where it gets really strange. For me, anyhow. I was like, oh, what is going on here? All right, let me get my handy dandy headphones so we can all hear this together. Wait until you see this. This is bizarre. I'm telling you, this is very, very strange. Broke my heart. So here is the surveillance video, okay? They're reporting this to be Melodee. She is 9 years old. Now, remember, the photo on my thumbnail is what went around about Melodee. Hey, Apple Bottoms. Okay, here's the photo that was circulating to be Melodee. Here it is. Here's what they're saying she looks like now. Now, can somebody please tell me what is up with these families showing much younger photos of these children? Why do they do that? Is it to throw off the investigation from the jump? Is this the only photo that the school had of Melodee because they reported her missing? Is it the only photo family had because Melodee's mother, Ashlee, is not cooperating? Well, you know what beats him? And I gave the justification when it comes to teenagers, right? Teenagers are hard to take pictures of. They hide their face. They don't want you to take a photo. I have to sneak photos. The other day, I had both my children together. We sat down to eat. It's a rarity because what she's off creating her career. You know, he's at that age where he's doing things with his friends. And I had to I had to sneak taking a photo, right? But we're talking about a 9-year-old. I have so many photos of my children at 9, 10, around, 12 years old is when they usually get goofy, especially boys with and my experience. I'm sorry, I don't know about everybody. But girls, they tend to take a lot of photos of themselves, you know. They become sassy and they start feeling themselves and they're taking their selfies. But with boys, it's a little more difficult. But we're talking about a 9-year-old. And the idea that the only photo they had is this one of the little girl when she was like 5 years old. So I'm not alone in that, Roddy. Thank you. Does it, Iva? I do appreciate that because I'm not on my normal streaming device. So that's really comforting. Unless you're messing with me, girl. um I don't know. There's just something here, right? Because at 9 years old, they tend to start, especially this generation, they have the TikToks and all the things. I don't know. Exactly, Angelica. I used to be the same way. I was annoying taking photos. So does this mic sound better than never mind. That's just really nice to hear. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. Anyway, let's get back to this strange video. You want to talk about strange? Brace yourselves. This is one of the oddest video surveillance I've seen in a very long time. Thanks, girlfriend. I appreciate that, Iva. Look at this. This is Melodee. I'm going to tell you all what I see. I want you first to pick up. She doesn't move until that gentleman comes behind her, okay? Super clear? You guys are great. Thank you. Hell, who would have thought this little cheapy mic would be so good? First, the way she doesn't move till this gentleman comes behind her, but look how she walks. Look how she walks. My mind went to the darkest place, and I'm sorry to say it, but I have to. Look how she looks at her. Look at her walk. I'm sorry, look. This girl looks, this does not look like a 9-year-old child. This looks like somebody who's experienced a lot. She walks like she's hurt. That's how I see it. She walks like she's hurt. Hey, Jill. Good morning, my friend. I mean, again, she's 9 years old. She has the purse. She's standing still. The way she's holding glasses over here. Looks like she's holding glasses. She's wearing a wig. She's clutching the purse. They walk exactly alike. There's something weird here. He's like on top of her. They have the same exact walk, the same hands. One more time. I'll let it roll. You guys tell me what you think of it. What are we thinking here? Petty AF, welcome back to the MFers. Much appreciated. Good morning, a blank slate. This was taken at the car rental place. Detectives are saying that the FBI saying it is her. The FBI saying it is her. And I'm saying if this is a child, she's experienced a lot. All right, let's go over to here. You see it, it's concerning. I think most of you agree it's concerning.
A wig at a car rental. Development detectives say they have new
There you go. Different angle. Excuse me. Different angle here.
Photos of.
I hate that the screen darkens when I pause. Here you can really see that she is, in fact, a child. You can tell in this photo that she is, without a doubt, a child. She looks like a child. Again, a child that has experienced a lot.
Of missing Southern California girl, Melodee Buzzard. She was.
Notice from outside, she has the hair kind of waving free, the wig, and you can tell she's going to grab it here because she's shoving it into her hood.
But detectives say they have new photos of missing Southern California girl, Melodee Buzzard. She was caught on camera wearing a wig at a car rental business earlier this month. And these are the first new images of Buzzard in about 2 years, according to Santa Barbara County.
Doesn't even look like the same baby. Danielle, I am so jealous. You are so fortunate. I hope you enjoy every moment. It's just me with the 162. Thank you, my friend. Good morning, Cambry. She's gorgeous. She's a beautiful little girl. But this little girl has experienced a lot. See, when Melodee was a baby, her father died. When Melodee's father died, her mother, Ashlee, went down a very dark path of declining and quickly deteriorating mental health. Now, y'all know where I'm going to come in angry because nobody intervened, okay? Nobody stepped up. Nobody reached out. Nobody did anything to help this little girl to, you know, uh, step in and make sure that she is okay. Nobody did anything. Matter of fact, the grandmother, the mother of Danielle, Melodee's grandmother, stated that Melodee was living in squalor as her mother's mental health deteriorated. And yet these family members, the grandmother, the aunt, everybody just went about their lives. They just left this child to be in the care of a woman who fell into a deep, dark depression that eventually impacted her mental health to the point where she was delirious, and they just vanished. They didn't stay in this child's life. They didn't fight for her. They didn't intervene in custody. They just went about their everyday life. And that is why I believe we're getting these older photos. But let's hear the rest of this out. I mean, this is the end.
Detectives. She was homeschooled.
There we go. She was homeschooled, right? Okay. And everybody failed her. Typical. Typical of what we've seen. So here she is at about 4 or 5 years old. Here she is at about 6, 7. And then we see her at 9. And what we see at 9 is one of the most concerning things I've ever seen. This girl lost a ton of weight. She lost her natural looking at physics. This is just unbelievable to me.
She was homeschooled and has not checked in with her independent studies program since October of last year. Detectives say she could be with her mom.
The only person that stepped up for this child was the school that reported her prolonged absence. And of course, what's with the wig, right? We don't know. And then, of course, what do we have now? Oh, always when it's a little too late. We got no other than the aunt. The aunt, the aunt, however you say it, is coming out of the woodworks as the concerned aunt who obviously for years didn't give a crap about her niece. I'm sorry. I'm just going to call it as it is. I'm just going to call it as it is. I hate when they come out all of a sudden and they loved her and she was a beautiful little girl and she was shining bright and she was so full of personality, but you left her to dwindle in her psychotic mother's care. And yes, I'm going to say psychotic because when you see what I saw and you hear what I heard, you too would agree that at that time, Ashlee, Melodee's mother, should have been placed to get some type of help, and Melodee should have gone into the care of somebody else. And if these family members actually cared, they would have been the ones. So here comes the aunt, the aunt, however you say it. This is the sister, is now going to beg Ashlee, the mother, to speak with her.
Do you have the time to speak with me?
Ashlee did not give any information.
See the mother right there? Wearing a wig. The mother is also wearing wigs. Where'd it go? Sorry. I have too many tabs open now. I apologize.
On where Melodee might be, but she did say that she is overwhelmed and stressed, and she did not appreciate her sister coming over.
Okay, the mom does not even look the same. Take a gander at that photo there on the screen. Okay. Here's what Melodee's mother looked like at one point. This is what Melodee's mother looked like at one point. This is what Melodee looked like. What are we seeing today? They don't even look like the same people. This is the mother now. When I first saw this photo, of this woman they're circulating. I said, no way in hell is that her mother. Right here. I said, she don't even look the same. They got the wrong people. No, they don't. And again, we know the mother was suffering from mental health delusions. Depression led her into delusions. And we see this woman who doesn't even look yeah. I can tell she's wearing a wig. I can't. Detectives say that. So to be fair, I can't. All right, moving on over. You see what the mother looks like. This is what the mother looked like. Here's what she looks like now. It is scary. It is concerning. What has been going on in these people's lives? What has been going on? That they lost all this weight. They wear wigs and they're doing suspicious. They look suspicious. Oh, it's devastating. Absolutely devastating. Let's get back to the sister confronting her.
when she did not wish to speak to her.
Wait, this is my number right here. If you ever want to talk to me, I want a relationship with Melodee, please.
I want a relationship with Melodee, please. Now that she's disappeared and she's all over the news. Am I the only person who's upset with the family members? Can we put a 1 in the chat if you hold a little bit of like, where have you been? What are you doing? You find out she's disappeared, so now you go drop off your phone number because you want a relationship? I mean, come on. Excuse me one moment. Yep, not alone in this. A lot of people feel the same way. It's like, what do you mean you want a relationship?
Please, Ashlee. Is she okay? Are you okay? Ashlee, I'm going to get going now. In that side of the family either. And I would love to have a relationship with Melodee and you. We can get together and hang out with the kids. Please take my number at the door so we can talk. I'm here for you and Melodee.
Oh, are you? Shame on you. Shame on you. I'm so glad you had somebody there to record this interaction.
Do you have the time to speak with me?
Ashlee did not give any information on where Melodee might be, but she did say that she is overwhelmed and stressed, and she did not appreciate her sister coming over when she did not wish to speak to her.
Wait, this is my number right here. If you ever want to talk to me, I want a relationship with Melodee, please. Please, Ashlee. Is she okay? Are you okay? Ashlee, I'm going to get going now. In that side of the family either. And I would love to have a relationship with Melodee and you. We can get together and hang out with the kids. Please take my number at the door so we can talk.
Hey, sister, don't mind the person I have recording me. Just please take the number. Let's talk. So, of course, the grandmother comes out now, right? Ashlee's mother, Melodee's grandmother, comes out to speak. And what a lovely lady. What a lovely family this is. Melodee Buzzard's grandmother said that the missing 9-year-old's mother has suffered from mental health issues in the past and recalled a frightening time. Police were called to her daughter's squalid home filled with rotten food to take the child away. Relatives have raised concerns about the emotional state of Melodee's mother, Ashlee, who has been uncooperative with investigators since authorities began searching for her daughter after school officials in California reported she had not participated in her independent studies program in a year. Melodee was being homeschooled, okay? She was being homeschooled, and in California, I suppose if you're homeschooled, you still have to check in with the school and do some type of program and, whatnot. For an entire year, Melodee did not participate in that program. The school finally reported her missing. And again, a year later, but better than never. Nobody else did. Not the aunt, not the mother, not nobody. Nobody else did. Buzzard's mother, Lori, who had not seen her granddaughter in more than 2 years, told KSBY her daughter's mental health has taken a drastic dive since 2016 when Melodee's father was killed in a crash and the girl was just 6 months old. That sentence right there speaks volumes. The girl was just 6 years old. Melodee recalled receiving a call from Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office when Melodee was a baby, who said they were taking Buzzard to the hospital and Melodee to Child Protective Services. So grandmom didn't even, maybe I'm jumping ahead, but if you got a phone call that one of the babies in your family was going to be taken into Child Protective Services, how many of you would raise your hand and say, come check my home, I would like to take the baby? Are you telling me her name? I'm fully aware of her name, Petty. I'm not saying Melanie. I'm saying Melodee. I'm rather positive I'm saying Melodee. Oh, girl, you had me tripping for a minute. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm saying Melodee. Give me one quick second, guys. One quick second. I do apologize. 1 second. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry about that. You know what? I got a little offended there because I know the way I speak is rather fast, and I'm like, no, no, no. I am definitely saying Melodee. Sorry. Thank you, Petty, for telling the chat. Yes, it is Melodee. And your thing may autocorrect. You may spell Melodee the way you know Melodee, but it is Melodee. Well, fancy pants, that hasn't come up here so far, but we're gonna keep on reading. Like I said, I could be jumping the gun. Melodee was declared missing last week. All right. Miranda said when she arrived at the house, it was a disaster. I couldn't believe it was my daughter. I mean, the house was in disarray. There were raw eggs in pans. There was rotten food in the fridge. I think she was trying to give my granddaughter. So there was rotten food in the fridge. I think she was trying to give my granddaughter. How long were you? Don't apologize, Petty. I'm sorry. It's my fault. How long? So you know that, and listen, I may just be, I'm placing blame everywhere. I'm sorry, this child's been missing for a year and the school reported her missing. So I'm going to be a little rough here and forgive me, but you know that Melodee's father dies in a car accident when Melodee is 6 months old. A lot of women are already suffering from the changes of motherhood, postpartum, the lack of sleep, all of those things. And you're not over there checking in on your daughter and your grandbaby more often. I'm sorry. It just breaks my heart. If you have somebody around you who has given birth, I don't care if you see them all dialed up going for a walk in the morning. Ask them how they are doing. Having a baby is tough. It changes your psyche. It changes your physical. It changes everything about you. Check in on the people around you that have given birth recently. She did not disclose what initially prompted the police response. Miranda said she believed Buzzard should be at the hospital now, receiving treatment. Buzzard has been uncooperative with investigators since they began searching for Melodee last week after school officials in Lompoc Unified School District reported her prolonged absence. A beautiful little girl, man. On Monday, police said Melodee was seen with her mother as recently as October 7th, mysteriously driving in a rental car as far as Nebraska. Some 1,500 miles away from her home, about 60 miles north of Santa Barbara. Now remember, here is Melodee at the car rental. If you are just coming in, clue, catch up with the class because you're late. She is now 9 years old. Check out this strange video. This is Melodee wearing a wig at a car rental shop. Now, we pointed out how Melodee is walking as if she is in pain. We pointed out that Melodee walks just like this gentleman. But look at the seriousness on this man's face. The wig, the hood up. Something is wrong here. Who is this guy? We hear these mothers that fall into these depressive states, and while in them, they do bad things. Police went to look for the girl at her home last Tuesday following the concerning report from the school, but Melodee was not there, and Buzzard, her mother, provided no clear explanation for her whereabouts. The FBI has since joined the investigation, since the probe has crossed state lines. Ashlee Buzzard remains uncooperative and has not provided detectives with any information about Melodee's current location or condition. Lock her up. Lock her up, do the old school interrogation, and find out where this child is. Elizabeth Meza, Melodee's aunt, said in a Facebook post that Buzzard is extremely mentally unstable and has kept her daughter from the rest of the family for more than 4 years. That's the father's side of the family. Meza said that her brother, Melodee's father, died in a crash when Melodee was just 6 months old. So that side of the family has not stayed around. Mother's side of the family, they all were just like, oh, okay, keep her from us. Bye. Have a good life. Unbelievable. 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 Something is wrong here. Obviously, something is extremely wrong here. Of course, there are protests going on all over outside of our home. I can't get over these. Sorry, I'm just staring at the images. I'm staring at the difference and the way these people look. So if that guy is at the car rental with them, do we know if he left in a vehicle with them? We do not. Although, when we go over to the timeline, I'm sorry, I did jump over the place. Hold on. Okay, so October 7th through the 10th, they went on a trip. So Ashlee was seen returning to her residence October 10th, driving the same vehicle, the rental vehicle she departed with on October 7th, but Melodee was not in the car. As part of this update, detectives are sharing surveillance images of Melodee captured at a local car rental business on October 7th. In the photo, Melodee is wearing a hooded sweatshirt with the hood pulled up and what appears to be a wig that is darker and straighter than her natural hair. Investigators believe the wig may have been used to alter her appearance. Detectives also note that Ashlee is known to wear wigs. Sheriff Bill Brown said, "Our detectives are following every lead in this case. We continue to seek information from the public that can help us find Melodee. We remain determined to bring her home safely." Detectives are asking anyone who has seen Melodee or has information to contact one of these several ways: the detectives line at 805-681-4150, anonymous tip line 805-681-4171, or online tips.org. Just org. I think they messed up. Oh, no, that's an actual thing. It should be sbsheriff.org, but okay. And then we go back over and it states, I lost it. What did I do? I exited all the way out, didn't I? My apologies. It tells us that Melodee is now 9-year-old female. She's approximately 4 feet and 6 inches tall, about 60 pounds, with brown hair and brown eyes. And again, they are hiding Melodee's looks by using wigs. So here's the timeline. The photo they're showing was from 2023. So within 2 years. Wow. What are we thinking? What are we thinking, chat? You're welcome to come on up and give your opinion. Hey, Mike. If they wanted to hide her looks with wig, why not a blonde wig? That's a good question. That's a very good question. I don't know. Maybe because the blonde wouldn't match her other features, and you want to make it look semi-realistic. I have not Kenna. May I ask why you're asking that? But she also doesn't come around this chat, so. When my brother passed away, the mother moved the kid to Nashville and got on drugs. I went and got him and finished raising him. He graduated high school. Thank you for doing that. Be nice, try it. Homeschooled children had to check in with a certified teacher every day as well. I think every state does it differently, but I'm really happy to hear that your state does do that. You don't think we're getting a full story, Tonka? I don't either. Jinx, unfortunately, that's where many minds went exactly where you just did. Unfortunately, you're not alone in that. Oh, I don't want to do this. Hold on. I can't get over how bizarre the whole exchange is. Hey, B Tim.
Hey, what's up?
Not much.
So what's your thought? I mean, like, I'm kind of confused by your thoughts. Like, do you think, like, she just ran away by herself, or do you think, like, the mother,
No, we know the mother was involved because the mother rented the vehicle, went on a 3-day road trip. She went through different states, and she came back alone. So, I mean, of course, my mind goes to the worst place. I would have to. I mean, obviously, investigators are going to look to see who the mother was communicating with, right?
And what do you think of, like, that was kind of a weird video because she's kind of walking the same way as the guy's walking.
Yeah.
That was like, it seemed like AI generated it for a moment, like it's surreal.
It was, I mean, the same exact movement from the hands to the legs, and she walks very, it's sad because where my mind went is a very dark place. And that may just be because of the true crime that I have seen, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it could be situations where a kid runs away and gets, they got a pimp or something like that, you know what I mean? Or it could be other things, I don't know. You really don't know too much about it. But yeah, it's a little odd with also the older picture, because you'd think you get more pictures than something that young, and it's hard to identify someone with something that's many years younger. You know what I mean?
Oh, absolutely. And we see that often, and it's bizarre. Is one thing, I don't know if other people have this, but when my children get school photos done, on the back of the booklet, where they give you their photos, there is a card that you keep in your wallet. So gosh forbid, if you ever had to report your child as missing to the police, you hand them that. And it has the year, it has their information, and it's the most updated photo.
Yeah, and also, like, I've been hearing, like, during the Nova, the Nova stuff with
Oh, yeah.
like apparently there's like a lot of gangs that kind of sex traffic young children.
Oh, absolutely.
So it's kind of like a weird situation. I don't know. I mean, it's definitely demands more questions, but what do you think is the time? Like, do you think like the mother drove her off and just dropped her off with some guy for?
That's what I'm afraid of. Mr. Tomato Head is asking if there was a custody battle, and no, because Melody's father died in a crash when she was 6 months old. And then for the past 4 years, Melody's father's family has not been allowed in Melody's life. And then at least the last 2 years, Melody's mother's family has not seen Melodee. You know what I really, one thing I know for sure is that this woman, the mother, Ashlee, should be sitting inside a cell somewhere being interrogated right now. I think we should go back to the old school ways of getting information, especially when it pertains to children.
Oh,
I know.
so I'm trying to figure out. I'm just trying to figure out how they haven't identified the male in that photo, in that video yet.
Unless they have, and it's just not something that we're, made privy to. I mean, he could just be the employee, right? But I don't know.
I just think like I get like a bad feeling with like California because it's been known like literally there's a lot of gangs that traffic young children in those gangs, and sometimes they run away. Something you never know. So has the mother been cooperative with the police? Like
No.
Absolutely not, huh?
No, she has not been cooperative. And we know that Melodee is no longer in California because she went on the road trip with her mother and her mother came back alone. Yep.
That's not good.
And
So
the mother has deteriorated mental health. She is extremely mentally unwell, has been mentally unwell for years. And yet the family wasn't checking in.
yeah, this is kind of a tough situation to figure out because you don't even know the kid could be anywhere, and it could be a situation where, maybe it's a runaway, maybe that person just decided, the mother just had enough with her and just dropped her off somewhere, or someone she might have gave it up to someone, or just you just really don't know about the situation. If she's not cooperative with the police, is the uncooperative being with the police due to her mental deterioration, or is it due to like just her just not wanting to cooperate with the police? You know what I mean?
They haven't said. They just said she's not cooperating with the police.
Which is kind of like if that person's not mentally all there, that could be an issue. Like, of course, she's not going to cooperate with the police.
Or because she's guilty. That's why I say don't give her a chance to cooperate. Get the answers out of her. So her, I do see here that the grandmother did an actual interview. I'm not happy with grandma, but I'm being a little, let's see what she said in this interview.
As your community reporter in Vandenberg Village. It's been nearly a week since 9-year-old Melodee Buzzard was reported missing. On Monday, I sat down with her grandmother, who is speaking out publicly for the first time. She shares with me warning signs in Melodee's mother's mental health and also shares a deeply personal message that she hopes her granddaughter will hear. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
Fine.
My name is Crystal. Are you Lori?
Yes.
Hi, Lori. I'm with KSBY News. I've been following along. I can come inside. Lori Miranda says she.
Oh, I can come in. Oh, nobody could see it. I'm sorry.
I didn't see it. I thought you were just going to play the audio.
Oh,
but it kind of reminds you of that
What?
with the grandmother interview, a little bit of the Hanzo case, a little bit.
The Hanzo.
I'm trying to remember. Trying to remember that young. Just give me a moment. I'll look it up. Give me a moment.
Okay. All right. Sorry, friends. I didn't know you couldn't say.
First learned her granddaughter was missing when law enforcement called asking if she knew where the child was.
He said,
Haro.
"Did you know that your granddaughter was?"
Sorry. What is it?
Haro, like the
Haro. Yes.
Yeah,
Haro,
like
yes.
the situation with the grandmother was kind of playing cover up for the family. Remember that interview?
Yep. That's right.
And she just like kind of made, oh, she's just devastated. Oh, it's okay. And then you find out like,
Right. You find out that they were involved.
Yeah. So, like usually, like you gotta look even at the grandmother side eyes because, there's some kind of, it
Yeah,
could
well,
be
they've been
protected.
absent from Melody's life for a few years now,
Oh, okay.
supposedly, but you're right. But so here's the grandmom. Let's hear her.
Was missing. And I said, missing? He goes, when's the last time you talked to your daughter? I said, I don't know, 2 years, a year and a half ago.
The search for Melodee began last week when authorities were notified about her extended absence from an independent studies program. Investigators say her mother, Ashlee Buzzard, has not been cooperating and will not say where her daughter is. Miranda says Ashlee's mental state had drastically declined since 2016, raising red flags around the time Melodee was 6 months old. Miranda said she was planning to drop by her daughter's house when Melodee was only an infant. That's when she got a call from authorities.
About 15 minutes later, a sheriff calls me. He says, I'm at your daughter's house in Orchid, and I was just getting ready to take your granddaughter Melodee with me to CPS because we're getting ready to take your daughter to the hospital.
When Miranda arrived, she says the house was a mess.
Couldn't believe it was my daughter. I mean, the house was in disarray. There were raw eggs in pans. There was rotten food in the fridge that I think she was trying to give my granddaughter.
Still, she claims Ashlee struggles mentally.
Everybody's dragging her around when she should be at the hospital. And you should be talking to her there instead of everybody rattling her cage and then trying to act like they're trying to help.
And this
Fake cries. So we should have Ashlee in a hospital while she's being asked where my granddaughter is that I haven't bothered to check in 2 years.
Did that lady just say that she like had rotten food in the house that she tried to feed?
Yes, but that was when Melodee was a baby, and yet still nobody kept.
And like they thought that was like, what did she do in response to this? Did she take the baby or call the cops or something?
Well, the cops were there. Somebody else called the cops. The cops appeared. They called this grandmother. They tell the grandmother, I'm getting ready to send Melodee into CPS custody. So the grandmother comes. When she gets there, she noticed the house is in such disarray, the rotten food, raw eggs in the pan.
Why hasn't she had like? When was the last time the grandmother like she's a drivable distance, right? Why hasn't she visited her daughter?
I don't know, in 2 years, but yet she knows that her daughter suffers from bad mental health.
Okay, that's odd.
Interesting, right?
And Indy, to response to your Indy's question, I don't know what happened to this kid, but you never know. A kid could, anything can happen. And yes, 9-year-olds do run away at times, but I don't know if that's the case with this one.
I highly doubt it because
it's a little it's very unlikely.
Yeah, because in order for her to have ran away, the mother had to drive her to the state to run away because she left in the vehicle with the mom.
Yeah, it's still a very weird situation. I don't know what's going on, to be honest with you, because there's so many aspects to it. You got alleged mental health issues, what seems like early childhood abuse, because obviously you're trying to feed fucking rotten food to a child. It's not exactly
isolation from family and school. This child was homeschooled. So she was isolated from everybody, which I'm shocked. I'll be honest, I'm shocked because if there's a history of mental health and there's a history of CPS involvement, the moment somebody like that applies for their child to be homeschooled, there should be regulations that these families have to be checked in on at least once a month. Because I know
when was the homeschool?
She was homeschooled. I believe they said she started at 7, but don't.
So she's 9 now, and it's 7, so it would have been like 2023.
Right.
Okay, and the reason why they homeschooled her?
Nope, not that they've come out with yet.
Yeah, because a lot of times, unfortunately, for a lot of like kids going missing or murdered, like kids, they often it's like the homeschools like usually the first thing the parents do, and then they just make up multiple excuses to like not actually produce the kid.
Yep.
It was done in the area Sellers case. It was done in a couple of cases where like homeschool, but back then it was more like COVID. So a lot of kids got really forgotten during COVID and no one checked up on them.
Yeah.
And a lot of kids just suddenly disappeared. And, 3 years later, they're figuring out like what happened to the kid,
There was a local case near me. The girl was homeschooled. She was appearing on camera for her homeschooling seminars, like classes with the teacher. But while sitting on camera, despite being on camera, she was being tied to the chair. And, the parents were watching to make sure she didn't say anything. She lost a drastic amount of weight, and then eventually was murdered by the abuse.
That's wild.
So sad. Excuse me, I have the hiccups. It did, Miss Liverburn, and many kids fell through the cracks. Here, let's finish this one out.
Latest investigation involving Melodee's disappearance. Investigators believe Ashlee drove her daughter to Nebraska in a white Chevy Malibu earlier this month, more than 1,070 miles from her current Vandenberg Village home.
Oh, look at her as a baby. My goodness. She looks so different today. They both do.
Before returning to California.
We want the public to think back to the 7th to the 14th. Did you see a mom and a daughter in this vehicle?
Miranda says she has family as far as Ohio, but does not know anyone in Nebraska. Because this case crosses state lines, the FBI is now assisting.
If we have circumstances that indicate that there was something else criminal that has occurred in the process of that, then, it of course shifts. But as of right now, we are searching for a missing person.
Miranda showed me a gift she wanted to give Melodee on her 9th birthday back in February.
Oh, gee golly, look how beat up that box is, B-Tim. You seeing that?
A telescope.
This is the telescope she wanted to give the granddaughter she hasn't seen in 2 years for her birthday. This box looks like it's been sitting there for more than 3 years. Come on.
Looks water damaged.
I mean, it's like she's putting on an act, right? Like, this is the gift I wanted to give her. The fact of the matter is this grandmother hasn't been in her granddaughter's life in years, knowing that her daughter suffers from mental health.
Well, unfortunately, a lot of times
It's like a prop.
families will just disconnect when they have a problem relative. And my guess is that maybe she just completely disconnected with her daughter and just not has seen her for years. Like, like the black sheep of the family. And maybe she wanted to give this present, but, never actually went forward with it. You know what I mean? Like it does happen. People disconnect. And then now she's, put in a spot where she's asked like, well, have you ever tried to attempt to talk to him? She's taking out this old present and stuff like that. I mean, my guess is that she probably hasn't seen this kid in a very long time. And
She hasn't seen her in 2 years.
yeah, if that. And I think I wouldn't be shocked if she just rarely seen her own daughter very often.
2 years. Are you paying attention here, B. Tim?
No, I'm saying her daughter that often before the 7 year. You know what I mean? When she was 7, you know what I mean?
Right, prior to the 2 years. Well, I
Yeah.
mean, again, this is a woman who had to intervene because her daughter had mental health issues. She's the one telling the internet how bad her daughter suffered from mental health. And
Yeah.
yet she turned around and hasn't, kept tabs on her granddaughter.
Yeah.
And I know that we have a problematic person in our family as well that we've disconnected from, but people stay in touch with the child.
Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I mean,
Yeah.
sometimes families just kind of disregard other family members. It happens sometimes.
Yeah.
It could be that this lady just cut off her daughter, completely and didn't care about her granddaughter at all.
Right. That's exactly what I'm thinking. And now you got the aunt, the sister, going by the sister's house, Ashlee and Melodee's house. I want a relationship with you two. Here's my phone number. Why do you wait until something tragic happens?
It happens a lot. I mean, for instance, let's say you go to a funeral and, you haven't talked to a family member until one of the relatives dies, for years and years. And then with that particular tragedy, it makes you reevaluate a lot of things and what you should and shouldn't do, the
Yeah.
petties, you know what I mean? So maybe that could be it. You know what I mean? I don't know. I mean, I
That's
just
very
think like, I don't know what happened to this little girl. I don't know what the situation is. It does not look like, I think the mother is definitely a suspect and definitely should be looked into, but I think the cops just don't have enough to arrest or even figure out what's going on, because the moment you arrest someone, you have to, present your evidence and stuff like that and get it, get going. So,
Yeah, I don't think they should arrest her, but she should be in an interrogation room.
yeah, definitely an interrogation. Why hasn't she been in an interrogation room before? Like, couldn't they just bring her in for like 24 hours to just question her?
She's just being uncooperative. They should take her and they should hold her in there as long as they can. And then the minute they get another little snippet of information, like the footage of her at the car rental spot, they should bring her back in and interrogate her for as long as they can again. And every time they get a new snippet of information, they should bring her in and interrogate her.
Has she even given like why? That's
Nothing.
her story. She just okay.
They shouldn't even give that story. The police had to figure this all out on their own.
I kind of shocked they haven't questioned her, like just taking her in just for 24 hours to question her. Because what couldn't they have arrested her for like not even like what is it where
They
you
can get her
don't
for child neglect.
yeah child
Hasnt.
neglect
Yeah.
yeah couldn't they arrest her for child neglect and then question her and then
Absolutely.
because obviously if your 9-year-old is not there and disappeared and you don't know where the child is and you know you're not cooperative, I think that probably qualifies for child neglect in my opinion.
I agree. Your child hasn't appeared in school for over a year. At the very minimum, she got child neglect.
Yeah, I mean I don't understand why the cops haven't charged her with that.
I agree.
How much do you think that telescope's worth?
10.
$10?
Yep.
I don't even think I would buy it for 10, to be honest with you. Jesus Christ.
She probably got a clearance for $10. It's probably part of Walgreens 3 for $25 deal. And you can tell that is not a brand new gift. It has set. A matter of fact, I wouldn't doubt that.
Well, look at the imprints on it. There's like literally an imprint from it being laid down on its side so much from another item.
It's probably one of her other grandchildren's gifts, and she just wanted a prop for the camera to be like, yeah, I bought this for her to give to her, but, you know, because I don't want to look like a complete POS for not being part of my child's life and my grandchild's life.
So Agent Nina says, yes, we Tim, they did to Lori Daybell. So I mean, like that's what I'm thinking. Like she's 9 years old, she's not in your custody. You haven't reported or missed. You know what I mean? You haven't done anything to cooperate. At this point, you got to play hardball with this lady and probably take her in, charge her with that, and start questioning. I mean, like what did they do with the Quentin? What was it? Cody Bigsby case. They did the same thing with the father.
Yeah. No doubt. I mean, you're right. You're right. I just don't believe this is a brand new gift. That's all. All right, let me continue on with her.
The psychologist that I was seeing said,
As of right now, we are searching for a missing person.
Miranda showed me a gift she wanted to give Melodee on her 9th birthday back in February.
the psychologist that I was seeing said, I said, should I be keeping these things? I keep buying them for her for Christmas and her birthday. She said, if you keep them for her, she'll know that when she was gone, you were thinking about her. So that's why I keep them. But sometimes I wonder, am I going nuts, right?
And this was her message.
I just don't believe her. I'm sorry. I might be my mood today. I apologize.
Please tell somebody I'm Melodee Buzzard. My grandma Luna is looking for me. Please call the police.
If you have seen Melodee, Ashlee, or the white Chevy Malibu they were seen driving in between October 7th and October 14th, you're asked to contact the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office. Investigators.
So the Cody Bigsby's father was charged with, he was arraigned for neglect charges. And do you even know that case a little bit? Yeah. So they couldn't, and I don't think they ever found Cody Bigsby's remains of the child's name. And they charged him with the neglect charge, and they took him in. And it's kind of a wild case because the family cared more about him than the child. They even which was kind of a wild press conference I remember watching. It's kind of a wild case, but yeah, you could bring someone in for that and question them.
And I don't know if she has or hasn't been questioned. I'm sure she has, which is why they say she's uncooperative. I just feel like there's times where we need to go back to good old school detective fear tactic, screaming in your face.
I don't know about that. We go back to like the noir video, like films, like with the hot lamp on them and like.
Yep.
Okay.
Whatever it takes to find these children. Yes.
I don't know if that's gonna be working for the court case, to be honest with you, but we'll see. We'll see.
That's the part of the problem. We're too soft on these criminals nowadays.
I don't know if that's the appropriate response for all criminals.
I do. Because set her in a dark room, put a light in her face,
force her to watch a Brittany J live.
That's it. That's
Oh,
all.
Jesus Christ. That'll be,
Right.
they'll break. Just watch Brittany, there's a marathon of Brittany J, and they'll knock her out. Be like, what the hell? I confess. But you just got to be kind of, though, just to be all serious, like, they have to build a case. My guess is, like, if I was thinking a neglect charge would probably be something, just so she can be arraigned and arrested. And, you know, like, it's always good to get something on them so you can get them into custody and question them. Like, for instance, Brennan, during the Dylan Rounds case, they brought him in for gun charges.
Yeah.
You know, just get him in. It's just like, just get him in with something.
Oh, my thing froze here. Hold on. I got too much open.
Oh, shit. Your computer's about to explode.
It is. You know what I just seen, though? So the biological father's family, attempted for custody.
Okay.
Gosh darn it. I'm
And
freezing.
why was he denied?
He's dead. Can you hear me?
No, I hear you.
Okay. Because this all froze on me. Yeah, the biological father is
Yeah,
dead.
you told me that. Yeah, you said that before.
So his mother tried for custody for grandparent rights and did not get them.
Why did she not get them?
I don't know. I'm trying to pull it up, but I'm frozen on my end. Oh, gosh darn it.
Oh.
Oh, that's
someone
complete
asked,
Raven.
someone's asked you, is there anything online from his family, Jess?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to pull up now. I just can't get this to.
Morning.
Give me a minute for my computer to catch up to me, guys. I do apologize.
Oh, you got $50.
Oh, wow. Hold on. I'm stuck on another screen. Thank you. Hold on. I'm coming back. Shauna, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Someone says, Simplify says, B-Tim's not paying attention to the teacher.
I know. Simplify. I said the
I'm
same
gonna,
thing.
I'm
I
gonna
said,
get,
"You're
I'm gonna
paying
be sent
attention?"
to, I'm gonna be sent to the corner with a dunce cap on my head.
That's it. Put them in timeout.
Put the dunce cap on my head and say, listen, you better pay attention or else you're gonna fail this class.
I'm going old school with you too. I'm pulling out a ruler. I'm just gonna smack you with it.
Oh, geez, you're gonna be like the nuns that slap my hands.
Yes.
Oh,
That's
shit.
it.
Well, that's not
Thank you
good.
so much, Shauna. That was really kind of you. I'm trying to get my stuff to unfreeze. So in the meantime, no, I did just see where it does say that. Okay, I think it's starting to. Okay, so they're damn things. Allow notifications. Melodee's extended family has expressed concerns about her well-being, claiming Ashlee has a long history of mental illness and it's cut off the family for years.
See what I mean?
But
that's what I was saying. Like, you know, like it could be that she's the black sheep of the family and they just kind of disconnected from her.
Well, this the bio father side.
Yeah. But I'm saying like with her, with the lady, you know what I mean? The mother of the missing child.
Right. The mother of the people speaking now is Melodee's father's family. So they're saying that Ashlee is mentally unstable, that the aunt spoke out, Vicky, and this is the dad's sister. Ashlee's mentally unstable, and my mom tried to get custody or at least grandparent rights to visit Melodee because Ashlee wasn't letting our side of the family see her. He died in a motorcycle accident shortly after Melodee was born. The local community, Melodee's extended family are rallying. All right. We're all looking for answers, but, you know, we're showing up today. So that way, you know, Ashlee knows we care. Karina Meza, Melodee's half-sister, told the outlet, adding that they are here for Melodee and hopefully Ashlee will come out and tell us where she's at. Wow. So they tried.
Yeah. Let me see.
That's wild. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. I'm a seahorse. Like I get like black sheep of the family, whatever, but we're not just talking about that. We're talking about them knowing that this little girl's in danger, that her mother suffers from severe mental health, and that she was withdrawn from family and community, and now she's just gone.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. It's a little more than black sheep. It's you know, it's reckless. Thank goodness she was at least seen on October 7th because she was reported missing from school for a year. So it seems like the school spoke up at just the right time because she was reported missing October 14th, and October 7th they traveled in a Chevy Malibu as far as Nebraska and then returning back to Kansas. Hey, Elsie.
So I'm just trying to understand something. What do you think of that guy? Like, do you think the guy traveled with them, like to the location?
I don't know. I wish they would tell us that.
Because that video wasn't a I'm trying to remember that
Sure,
video.
Jill. Email it, Jill, so I can pull it up on the computer.
Like as a rental place, that image, right? With the
Yes.
guy, the weird guy walking the back.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to remember. So wouldn't they have his like? I mean, obviously they're not gonna. Is this where they rented the car, particularly from to go to the location?
Yes, that's the
So
car
wouldn't
rental.
they have the registration of the car, like whoever? Because obviously they're not going to give a rental car to a 9-year-old.
Oh yeah, they have it. They have
They
all the
have hers,
information.
but but why was he there with this girl? Like that's kind of like I'm trying to understand like
why the
did this?
police didn't put his information out. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, because it's kind of like a weird situation. Like why is he going behind her, walking into the place, and then she's going separate? I'm assuming she went separately to rent out the car. I
Yeah,
don't
because
know.
there's more footage to that. Come on, Nelly, stop.
Who's
Hold on.
Nelly?
My cat.
Mm.
You don't know who Nelly is?
No.
Oh my gosh, do you even like me?
I mean, if you
God,
have to ask.
He
No.
just comes over, doesn't pay attention to the topic.
Listen,
doesn't even know who Nelly is. I'm heartbroken right
maybe
now.
Nelly is the most well-behaved cat. That's not like Sir Duke, like Kathy P's cat that attacks her every time she's live.
No,
or
that
Duke
is what
Snort.
mine is currently doing. She does it because she knows that I'll go ahead and just feed her to be left alone. So she's attacking.
So she's a fat cat.
She's not, though. She's actually very slim. I just put up a photo on my community wall if you want to pay me any attention. I'm a little heartbroken right now, B-Tim. I can't even lie.
I just didn't know you had a cat.
That's all right. She's just in every backdrop I have.
Oh, I thought that was just a cat you just took from an image.
I mean, it is, but it represents Nelly.
So I wasn't wrong. That wasn't your cat. That was in the image.
So's who?
I'm just saying.
All right,
I just
you jerk. People were asking to see this one again. So this is the very bizarre footage of.
Do we know the timeline of the event? Like, did she rent the car before she walked in? Like this guy and this 9-year-old walked in?
No, this is apparently them walking in to rent the car.
Wait, I'm just a little confused. So
this
the
is
mother
them
rented
entering.
the mother rented the car.
Yes.
So this is them walking in. Okay.
But they don't show the mother walking in.
They don't show the mother. So do we even know if who walks in first? Was it like them or the mother?
No, they didn't tell us all of that. They do show us images of the mother at the rental spot, but they don't tell us the order of operation here.
So basically, this woman is the last person to see her daughter. This is the last image of this daughter, the last person to see this young lady alive, and they haven't arrested her at all.
Nope. This is the last footage of Melodee that they have. They even tracked all the cameras on her route that they could find.
Couldn't they get her phone and ask for a Jeep, basically?
Oh yeah, they know exactly where she went and everything. And they know that she came back alone, but they had to wait for the FBI to get involved because
it's interstate. Yeah.
Yeah, and the FBI did just get involved. So now I think they'll start honing in on those type of details.
So you think it's going to be like Quentin Simon, where they go to the last ping location and search?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't think it's a runaway.
Oh, now he's on par with us.
No, because now I'm getting a full picture because you got me a little bit confused with the image, and I was a little off on the image a little bit because I thought the image was after the rental car. Yeah, so I was a little confused with that. So I'm just kind of trying to figure things out. I'm not always. I'm not always up on the uptake a little bit. It takes me a moment to figure things
That's all
out.
right. You caught up with us. We're all here for you. We're here for you. Let me see something. So the other reported sighting of Melodee was from August when Melodee and her mom went to the school to enroll her in the independent study program. So in our independent study program, if a student fails to pick up assignments, the student is referred back to their school of residence, which then contacts the family to complete enrollment. If attendance does not begin, the school follows mandatory truancy procedures, including phone calls, letters, emails, and home visits. When a student or family cannot be reached after these efforts, the school requests a welfare check from law enforcement. So the school went through the phone calls, the letters, the emails, home visits, got no answer, and then they contacted police. And then, yeah, this is the call. This is October 7th. She's at the car rental place. And then, as you can see in the video, she's wearing a hood, a wig, the hood pulled up. They don't say anything about the mother here, but they do say that this footage helped them narrow down the window of her disappearance to be between October 7th and October 10th, which is a 3-day road trip from the Nebraska area, and then the return trip including the state of Kansas.
Yeah, and what was the weather like on that particular? Like, was it because it's California, so it couldn't be that cold. So why is she wearing a hoodie?
Good point.
I mean, like, why are they wearing hoodies over their heads like that? Obviously, they're covering themselves before, so they wouldn't be recorded. So, and then she looks back and just looks for the signal and how to walk. So, it's very odd.
Yeah, and this former FBI agent said, obviously now they're going to check the history of Melodee's mother and why she went that route. And then he says, because typically when people just roam off someplace, there's usually some purpose to it, a connection. He's not involved in this case, though.
Yeah, like the Quentin Simon case, she went to the trailer park dumpster, right? Because she went to the trailer park often to buy her drugs or something like that, right?
Yeah.
So she was familiar with that location.
And that's what he says, because typically when people just roam off someplace, there's usually some purpose to it, a connection. Those locations that you have along the way or the people that she knows potentially along the way could be really helpful.
Or it could be something where he's familiar with that location, the gentleman in the back in the video, where that's the connection. Does she have like a boyfriend, the mother?
Not that they've said.
Like, no one knows who this guy is, like where he is in this entire situation, because he's obviously controlling this young woman, a young girl to walk.
Yeah.
That's odd. It's very
odd footage.
Yeah, I don't know if this is going to have a good ending at the end, to be honest with you. I don't know.
Well, and what's really sad about it is in these situations, investigators, because the mother's not being cooperative, investigators then depend on those around, right? So the grandparents, the aunts, the neighbors, the school. Well, we know that Melodee was isolated from all of those people. So nobody's going to have answers for that purpose. For that reason, I mean.
Yeah.
And what they could also charge her with, I forgot to say, is interference with an investigation. She is clearly interfering.
Yeah. Or if she starts lying to the cops, they can charge her with that.
And then before they found this surveillance image, the sheriff's office said the most recent photograph investigators had of Melodee is the one used on the FBI's missing person poster, which was taken 2 years ago. So within the past 2 years, again, here's the timeline, okay? Within 2 years, Melodee was withdrawn from school. She was held from family, and no photos were taken of her. So from 7 to 9 years old, this poor little girl was just withdrawn from the world, and no photos were even taken. Something happened that changed all of this.
Yeah, this is weird. I mean, I don't know if it's going to have a good ending, because I don't know what the situation, you drive back by yourself. I was just kind of shocked the cops haven't arrested her, to be honest with you, to question her, to be honest. Because this is, Something you would think that you'd want a questioning of it, and if she's not cooperative with the cops, she's definitely the number one suspect in this whole disappearance. Now, what brought this to media attention? Because there's a lot of missing kids around. What particularly brought this to your attention? What brought into the wider attention?
It popped up on my phone that the FBI was now involved in her disappearance. It popped up as a notification, so I just started looking into it. I think what brings it to the public's attention is the oddity around it. You got this beautiful little girl as the missing photo, and then you find out, well, no, here she is now, and here she is with a wig, and she's always, it has all the classic details of just enough to grab you in to say, what the F is going on here?
Now, if there was, because you mentioned about the eggs and the rotten eggs and stuff like that at 7, why didn't
No, that was as a 6-month-old baby.
A 6-month-old baby? Because thank you for that. Then why didn't CPS remove her? I mean, if the lady's mentally unwell and she can't take care of a baby, why did she not do it? Why did they not permanently remove her from custody of this crazy lady?
Well, apparently they removed her for a short period of time because the officer called the grandmother and said, hey, I'm getting ready to put your baby into the system. So the mother went over. So I don't know how long the grandmother had her, if the grandmother had her, or how long she was away from the mother. I don't know.
The grandmother with the toy, the toy
Right.
that didn't. Okay. So, yeah. So she slipped through the cracks of the system, basically.
Absolutely. We don't know. I don't know KNX. What I do know is that the police were able to discover she even had a rental, and I think that's from video surveillance. And I mean, obviously, that's everything they're going to look into next, right?
Don't these cars have GPS devices on them too?
The newer ones usually do, yeah.
And this is let me just see what type of car it was.
No, that's the little girl. It was the Chevy.
So it was a Chevrolet Malibu.
Yeah.
Oh, did they say what year the Chevrolet Malibu is?
Not that I've seen.
Yeah, because usually the new ones have that.
Polish, this is the little girl. This is the 9-year-old little girl, Melodee. Again, this video just is so eerie. From the wig to the clear hiding of their faces with the hoods. Her with the bag, the way she walks. They walk completely uniformed. He has this look on his face. It's just very she looks like she's been deprived. I mean, look how thinned out she is from what we saw. It's just horrible. I can only fathom what this girl has experienced in the past 2 years.
Yeah, I don't know.
They don't tell us, Sue. They tell us nothing about this gentleman, which is really bizarre. We hear nothing about him.
Well, maybe because they're looking into him because they're planning on arrest him. They don't want to give him the heads up that we know who you are, probably.
Yeah, could be. Or you would think they would at least, I don't know. Yeah, you could be right.
So that's pretty much it. Is there any more information in this situation?
No, that's pretty much where it sits. I mean, again, you have the family members now coming out, the aunts on both sides. Here's the paternal family.
Apparently, Red Flat, the mom, I've been told by Granny, the mom rented the car. Someone asked, did the mom rent the car?
Yes, Ashlee, Melodee's mother, rented the car. Yeah, Charlie, it's just horrible. So here's the bio fathers.
Good evening, I'm Scott Hennessy. Relatives of a missing 9-year-old from Vandenberg Village continue to plead for her safe return. Melodee Buzzard was declared missing on October 14th. Her mother, Ashlee Buzzard, has not cooperated with authorities to this point. The last known sighting of Melodee was October 7th in the car with her mother en route to Nebraska. Ashlee returned to the Lompoc Valley without her. Melodee's father is the late Rubiel Meza, who died in a motorcycle accident several years ago. Lily Dennis is Rubiel's father, and
there's the father. No, Angel, because they do show clear photos of Melodee other than that video we just saw, and it's clearly a child. You can see in those ones she's
Yeah,
clearly,
you could
clearly
tell.
had.
You
Yeah,
could tell that's a child because you could tell like the small stature. You know what I
yeah.
mean? Like you really can.
And outside, before she walks in, she has like long curly wig hair, and then you can see that she's tucking it into her hood and going inside.
I think
Definitely
a
a
lot of
child on
people
the
think
outside.
that's a little bit of adult because when kids go through a lot as children,
Hmm.
they kind of have to grow up fast, and people kind of she has a lot of a kid that's had to grow up fast.
Oh, absolutely. The purse, the way she's walking, a lot of it does, appear
Yeah,
well
and
above the age of 9. I mean, that's a 9-year-old baby girl we're seeing in that video.
yeah, which is kind of sad if you think about it, because most 9-year-olds do not act like that.
Hmm.
It's very sad.
I agree, Jeep Girl. Okay, so here comes the paternal family.
Works for your news channel. She is inviting the community out to a sunset candlelight vigil on Friday on the 500 block of Mars Avenue where the Buzzards live.
She hasn't let us see her for a few years, and all of us have tried, but we've never stopped thinking about her or loving her or praying for her. We just wanted to.
I just want to say something really quick, and this is no disrespect to them because I don't know them or what they've gone through, but I hear fathers say that often. She won't let me see my kid. There are court systems set up, especially for fathers, but there's grandparents' rights, and again, it's pricey, it's expensive, and all of that. There are ways to
Wow.
keep an eye on a child and at least make sure they're doing okay.
Well, if you're paying child support, you have the right to see your kid. So obviously, I mean, if you're paying child support and you're paying money, you can definitely set up in the courts about visitation rights and how much visitation rights you get. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like that's how it is. So this whole thing about, well, he won't let me see my kids. Well, the courts would duly disagree with the mother, and allow visitation rights of the father, even if they're separated.
And in situations like this where you're being, kept away from a child, you can do wellness checks. You can do, there you can, spy on them. I mean, I hate to say that, but
Be careful. Be careful. You might be charged with stalking.
stalking, I know, ain't that right? Child support is not an entry fee. I agree. I mean, that is true. You still have to kind of go through the system for custody, but there are systems available.
But I'm saying, like, if you're paying child support, you're gonna be in the court, right? And the court's gonna set up visitation rights. Obviously,
You can bring it up there, yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm trying to say. Like, and obviously, if you're the father, you have visitation rights. It's by law that you get it. It doesn't matter if it's 2 times a week or whatnot.
There are certain states where there are not grandparent rights. There are some states that recognize grandparent rights. In this state, they do, because her maternal grandmother mentioned that she was trying for grandparent rights. But again, it's expensive, and a lot of people can't afford to fight these fees. And a lot of
Yeah.
times that's why people give up, because it is a very costly process.
Yeah, and it's a lot of paperwork that you're not quite sure about. Like when you go into courts like that.
Yeah, Loki's mom is sad. So, but they're all out now. They're all speaking up for Melodee. And
Praying for her. We just wanted to invite you that we're going to have a vigil candlelight at 5. We'll be over there, and we will appreciate it if you guys can come and join us for this vigil.
If you have seen Melodee or have any information, you can call the Sheriff's Criminal Investigations Division. The FBI is assisting in the investigation. We also have the anonymous tip line and web link on our mobile app and websites.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
It seems like I hope now that the FBI is involved, they're able to trace things down. I pray that Melodee is in a very safe place, but it does not look good.
Well, I hope. Yeah. That's a sad case. I don't know.
That's true, May. I mean, there are agencies that will help, and I just.
Yeah, that's just sad.
I know. The biggest thing that throws me off is the different. I was shocked when you see the missing flyer and you see this, healthy little girl, baby stage and the curly long hair, and then you see that updated image of her. Oh, it threw me for a loop. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. Well, maybe like this awareness will have someone see this poor child and report it. Maybe it's not maybe wherever she is right now, maybe something. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe when they were traveling, if they stopped at a gas station, somebody will recognize and say, "Oh, I remember seeing them." See
Yeah,
the footage outside.
and if you're taking a car, I'm sure there's a GPS device on the rental and everything.
Yeah, yeah, you can see here that it's definitely a child.
I
And
mean,
she hid her identity before going in. I'm wondering if the mother made Melodee um paranoid with her, and that hence the wigs and
that could be possible. I mean, but I don't know. I just hope this kid gets found and but it's not good because I mean the good news is there's a lot of new technology that can probably with the GPS and it'll help, but it's kind of weird. I mean, and you have to have some sort of connection, like you said, with that FBI person. So we'll see. We'll see. Well, anyway, it was good talking to you. Thank you for enlightening me in this case. I learned a lot.
yeah, thank you for
Teacher,
joining.
teacher Granny. Please don't beat me with a ruler next time.
I'll try not to, but pay better attention.
Pay
Gosh,
better attention. I got a D for this one. I got a D.
definitely did.
All right. I'll
Thank
see
you,
you. Have
Ethan.
no problem. Bye.
Enjoy your Saturday. So Jill sent me this video, and I don't know. I think the music may be a problem. But let's hear what this mother-in-law had to say. This is a side note. This has nothing to do with Melodee. It says, do you think the mother-in-law was wrong for not agreeing to babysit?
So my daughter-in-law was very clear. When the baby was born, there were no visitors, no dropping by, no dropping off gifts, no Easter baskets, no birthday presents, no Christmas presents, no nothing. Because they wanted their privacy. They wanted their home to be their safe space and be the only ones purchasing things for the baby. And because her husband is so much more involved, they don't really need a traditional grandma role. So 3 months later, guess who suddenly needs a little break? And guess who suddenly needs a few hours away from the house?
The music's really annoying, and it's definitely going to take away my ad revenue.
And guess who is now being invited over to babysit this baby that I've never even been allowed to meet? So my answer to her was, absolutely not. I don't know that baby.
The baby's 3 months old. This is just fucking weird. People are weird, man. Put your egos aside. Baby's 3 months old. You don't know the baby. She's 3 months. The baby's 3 months old. This is just being spiteful.
I wasn't needed then, and I am not going to be your on-call nanny.
Yeah, I disagree with her. I think these people are weird. I doubt it's even a real situation. Probably somebody looking for their 5 minutes. Yeah, I don't even know the baby. The 3-month-old baby, you don't know the baby? I'm not allowed to buy gifts. I don't even think that's real. Honestly, I think that is a rage bait video to go viral. And I don't believe it's a legitimate situation. So what do you guys think about poor Melodee, man? You think this little girl's alive? You think... Is the mother having delusions where she thought Melodee was in danger? I mean, again, just look at the deterioration in both Melodee and her mother. This is the mother currently. That's the mother wearing a wig. Current photos of Melodee's mother. Something weird here. Let me show you what Melodee's mother used to look like. This was Melodee's mother, just a few years ago. And look at them now. Trafficked. A lot of people have feeling of trafficked is going on. What's up, Father Snuggles? I have a bad feeling about it. Yeah. You don't think she's with us anymore? Oh, gosh. I hope that's not the case. Lori says, unfortunately, no, I don't think she is. But if she is, I can't imagine she's in a good situation. I'm praying she's alive. Is that man the mother's boyfriend, I wonder, or worse? Just that stern look on his face, the way they walked the same way, the way she immediately knew to walk. There was no acknowledgement, no smile or smirk at her. He wasn't gently walking with her. He was eerily walking behind her. I don't know why the FBI is not giving us this man's information. I'm assuming because he is a suspect, and as noted, they don't want to tip him off. There is a video of her mother walk into the mailbox. Yeah, no photos of Melodee for 2 years, withdrawn from school for 2 years, withdrawn from family for 2+ years. Something's weird here. And we know that her mother suffered from deteriorating mental health. I don't know, guys. I don't have a good feeling with this one. Obviously, we're going to stay on top of it as much as we can. I mean, is it just me, or did she change her appearance so much so that she now looks like a white woman, as opposed to over here where she looks like she is either mixed, or am I the only one that's noticing that difference? She does not even look like the same woman. Put a 1 in the chat if you see what I'm saying here. Ashlee Bancroft interview with the aunt. Aunt just said Melodee was adopted out. All right, hold on. I knew I saw there was an interview. I wasn't sure where. Gee golly.
Was spotted on a road trip with her mother, Ashlee Buzzard, on October 7th. A road trip that took them to Nebraska and back again in 3 days. The trouble is, Ashlee returned home to Santa Barbara County on October 10th without little Melodee. So police opened a missing child investigation, but they're not getting any help from Ashlee. And now they're releasing a new photo of little Melodee from a California car rental office on the day the road trip began, again, October 7th. Police think that little Melodee might be wearing a wig in this photo, possibly to conceal her identity. Investigators say Ashlee is, and I quote, known to wear wigs. They also say Ashlee has not been cooperative in this search, nor provided any real explanation as to where her daughter might be since returning home without her. Relatives say the same thing. Melanie's dad is deceased, and his family says they haven't seen Melodee in years. Elizabeth Meza is Melodee's aunt on her father's side, and she...
Yeah, I mean, look, obviously, you could see there were different features that I think Melodee's mother tried to get rid of on both Melodee and herself.
Joins me now. Elizabeth, thank you so much for being on with me. Let's just start with the breaking news, that picture that the police have released of what they say is Melodee at a car rental agency.
Can you guys take a moment to hit the thumbs up? Listen, I know this isn't drama, and that's what everybody is deeply in right now. So I appreciate every single one of you that is here watching today. If I can ask you for one more favor, which is to please hit the thumbs up, I would greatly appreciate it. They're from California, yes.
Does that picture look to you like your niece?
The schoolie.
I mean, we haven't seen her in 4.5 years, so what we know her as, I mean, she was just a little 4-year-old girl when we known her. But that nose definitely, reminds me of her dad's. So yeah, it does look like her.
Oh.
And your late husband's brother was Melodee's dad, and he died in a motorcycle accident when she was just a baby. So was that when Ashlee cut off the rest of the family and wouldn't allow anyone to see her?
I'm curious what this answer is. I, for one, don't want to hear drama GW. Thank you, Jinx. Oh, thank you, Mama. I really appreciate all of you showing up despite the different topic. It means a lot. I know what everybody is more into right now, so I always appreciate it comes up on different videos, May. We can't place it there, it just appears.
That was when it started. Her mental health declined even more, and she just slowly cut everybody off even more. We did have a little bit of contact.
I did not see that anywhere, Pretty in Pink. Pretty in Pink says Melodee was in foster care until 2021, according to the preschool teacher. I've not seen that anywhere. Thank you, Crackerjacks.
I know my husband got in contact with her at one time and said, if you don't let the family see her, at least let my mom see her. And we saw her one time, I believe it was after her birthday, after Easter. My mother-in-law had presents for her, and she did come over with her. But you can definitely tell at that time Ashlee was unwell. She had her hair very short, like a buzz cut, and she was at that time wearing a hood. And she didn't stay for very long. She told my mother-in-law, I can't do this. And she took Melodee, and that was the last time we seen her.
Oh, it's the last time they seen her. Wow.
Well, this is what's so frustrating is that, you know, with reports like this and the fact that no one's been able to see this girl, where has CPS been in all of this? Like, I want to say it's a massive failure. If it's been months since she picked up her assignments from school, if the family has said there was rotting food in the fridge that she might have been trying to feed this girl, if she refuses to answer the police, if she refuses to talk to family, what are the CPS officials saying to you about this?
Oh, Ashlee Banfield, you're bringing something from when she was 6 months old to all these years later. The rotten food was from when she was 6 months old. What is the CPS saying about it? Who reported it to CPS?
They really didn't have much to say. They contacted me and they asked if I knew her whereabouts. And I said, what do you mean? We were told that she was adopted out. Is she okay?
Oh.
And they said, we can't tell you that. It's an active investigation.
We were told she was adopted out. Is she okay? Who told you she was adopted out?
Her whereabouts. And I said, what do you mean? We were told that she was adopted out. Is she okay? And they said,
we're just going to brush over that.
We can't tell you that. It's an active investigation. We're just calling to see if they've gotten in contact with you. And I said, no, I have not seen or heard from them. And I said, again, is my niece okay? And is she missing? And they said, we can't give you that information, but if they get in contact with you, please let us know.
How can CPS not give you that information? Right? Like, you're calling me, asking me if I've seen my niece that I thought was adopted out, and you can't tell me if she's missing? Are you kidding me?
And no longer than maybe 15 minutes after I hung up with him, I opened Facebook and there was a missing person post.
Oh, man. So listen, my first question.
So how can you not tell somebody, Angel, girl? In just a moment, we will choo-choo. Thank you, my friend.
To you in this interview was, does that look like little Melodee? Did anyone from the police call you to ask that same question? Have they kept you in the loop at all, or even asked you to be a part of this investigation?
She listened to it?
There is a detective with the sheriff's department that called, and because I had left a message and my mother-in-law had left a message, and he called and he said there was a lot of leads, and sorry for not getting back to us right away, but they were working over the weekend, working on leads, and that was on Wednesday. And he just apologized, but he did say they were working on it, and then that's when the FBI came in. And they hadn't had this picture yet, and I asked him if we could review the video, and he said unfortunately they couldn't show that to us at the time, but then they released it today.
Imagine being her, right? You're asking, can I see the footage? And they tell you no. You're asking, is the child missing? Is my niece missing? And they're saying we can't tell you. And then you have to see everything via social media. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? I would be so upset. Hey, Cash. Hey, Ostrich. Choo-choo. Thank you, Canberry. Thank you for coming aboard. I'm very happy with the break from all the drama. Thank you. I appreciate that. I am too. I feel like every day is the same thing. It's Lauren, it's Beach, it's tiresome. I'm personally you know, exhausted from it all. I mean, it's entertainment, don't get me wrong. We love a good crap show, but there are things that deserve attention. If we have these large platforms, why are we dwindling away to give attention to somebody who can't even stay awake instead of bringing awareness to things such as this missing child? Oh, now I know you're up to trouble. What are you really up to, Father Snuggles? Thank you so much for the super chat. What is really going on here? Without a single competitor on all television for true crime, their terrible personality and stupidity ran into the ground. You're up to something. Thank you for hitting the thumbs up, Ellie. These cases are much more important. There's something bizarre here. I couldn't imagine being the family and CPS is calling me, but they're not telling me the child's missing or not. I then hang up the phone and a missing flyer pops up on my social media. Calling out to the police, they're not answering. They finally answer. You ask to see the footage. They tell you can't release it. And then boom, they release it to the public first. I don't like this. There's something eerie. The drastic change in the way Melodee looks, the drastic change in the way her her mother, Ashlee, looks. They are two different people. I can't get over it. Am I the only one that feels this way? Because we know you can't just be nice, bro. We know. Thank you so much for being a member for 13 months. My favorite number. I just, the stark indifference I can't get over. This is Ashlee Buzzard, Melodee's mother. This is Ashlee Buzzard, Melodee's mother. Something weird's here. Something is weird here. Shelby Lynn says, who paid the bills? Where did mom work? Was she selling out child for money? Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh. I don't know, Shelby, and I pray not. Unfortunately, seeing that eerie footage of the man walking behind her, most of our minds went to that place, and we can only pray that is not true. Now, somebody did comment and say that Nevada is known for a trafficking spot. Ugh. I just pray not. I do hope the FBI fixes the poster so people aren't looking around for a 5-year-old curly hair, short, chubby little girl, and they update it to look like what Melodee looks like now, which is a much taller, thinner, her appearance changed drastically. Her hair is changed drastically. Why do they do that? Sebastian Rogers' case, the same thing. The photos that we were given of Sebastian were not up to date. I don't know if it's I'm going to say it. Do you all think that has to do with the fact that if we see that it's this young, innocent looking 5-year-old baby missing, people pay more attention than if they post up a photo of a teenager? Do you think it's done intentionally for that reason? Because let's be honest. How many of you see a little baby girl like Melodee and you're like, oh my gosh, where's this baby? And then you see a teenager and you're like, oh, poor child, but you kind of move along, right? I mean, it's the truth. It tugs at your heart more. Yeah, you guys agree? It was hard to say it because I know how it sounds, but it's the God's honest truth. Where Jaden Spencer case is from, they busted human trafficking for a decade. If this was a blonde-haired, blue-eyed girl, the whole country would be looking for this child. Summer Wells. Look-alike. Yep. You guys agree? I'm so glad because it was hard to spit that out because I know how it sounds. But I do feel it's true. People are going to look for the younger ones is going to catch your eye more because of the innocence of them, the inability to take care of themselves. Where if you have a teenager, a lot of times people assume they ran away. They assume they're trouble. Oh, I got to show you guys. Look what I saw last night. Oh my gosh, my heart dropped. Now listen, don't pass judgment too quickly. I want you all to hear this one out before you, I mean, yeah, but we judge anyway, so never mind. Forget about it. But look at this. Look at this. All right, I'm not sharing screen yet. Okay. I didn't know how to feel about this, and I'm curious how you all feel. So I watched the body arrest cam of a 12-year-old child. Okay, 12-year-old boy.
Somebody had texted my son saying that he was going to come and find him. And
all right, passing this part. A concerned student reports his classmate, his 12-year-old classmate,
12-year-old classmate after receiving a threat in a group chat, along with photos of his knife collection. Receiving a threat in a group chat, along with photos.
So it says, he sends the photo. The other student writes back, cool guy. He writes back, I'll stab your blank with all this illegal blank.
Photos of his knife collection.
Sheriff's office.
Cambry, I'm not sure, man. Hey,
Contact.
Danny.
Sheriff's office. Hey, how's it going? Are you? Police. The police are here. Sheriff's office. Are you? Speak to his parents.
how's it going?
Hey, how's it going?
What's up?
Are you his father?
Yeah.
All right. So the reason we're here is someone called about some threats that made. I was just curious. Are you aware of his number?
All right, bear with me, y'all, because this one gets really interesting. I did not see this one coming. Where in Kansas they are from? Yes. Sorry, give me 1 second. I hate to admit that I'm drawing a blank. They're not from Kansas. I'm sorry. They're from California. They're from the Vandenberg Village, Lompoc, California. Ronnie with the 20 months. Thank you, my friend. Thank you for being a friend.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty serious.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Is he here right now?
Yeah, is he here right now?
Oh, he has a collection.
Mom says, oh, yeah, he has a collection. He just has a collection of knives, right? No big deal.
Yeah.
Yeah, he collects
He said, I'll stab you because and he said another time, I'll stab you, N-word.
I'll stab you, N-word. This is what he's, Lompoc. Thank you so much. You heard me hesitate there, agent, so I appreciate you helping me. I'll stab you, N-word. This is a 12-year-old child, okay? 12-year-old child. This is why 12-year-olds should not have phones.
And who is this he's talking to?
But listen, the whole world has phones, but hear it out.
Another student. I'll stab your, yeah. He said he's not his friend, but they were all in a group chat together.
Okay.
So, do you guys mind if I speak to him?
At first, the parents don't realize their son's threats won't be taken lightly.
We may end up seizing those knives as well as evidence.
Has he ever done anything illegal before?
No.
Never been in trouble or anything?
Not a little bit of trouble, but it was last year. He
Over
was kind
at
of
the-
involved, but he wasn't sort of involved, so the charges were dropped.
So at 11 years old, this kid was inside a courtroom already. 11 years old. This child was inside a courtroom already in the legal system. So I'm going to forward it a little bit. Charges get dropped, whatever. Here comes the child.
Right now, he's here with the phone.
Stop.
Listen away. The boy got an attitude with his mom in front of the cops.
He's here with the phone.
Stop.
Just relax, okay? Don't take a deep breath, alright?
I'm sorry?
Just relax.
You see the way that boy raised his arm to his mom?
Right now, he's here with the phone.
Just relax, okay? Don't take a deep breath, alright?
Just wait. It gets interesting.
I have to ask him a couple questions, but I'm gonna read him his rights before, alright? Rights. With these rights in mind, are you willing to talk to him?
I do apologize. They did travel to Kansas, but they did not tell us which part of Kansas. I'm sorry. Always the vibe. You were correct. a 3-day road trip. They did travel to Kansas.
Yep. So consent all around? Okay. So, what happened today with the text messages with your friends? You can't be doing stuff like that, okay? That is completely unacceptable. And, you know, nowadays with people making threats and all these school it's something that we take very seriously, okay? So, what made you want to write these things? Was it in anger? Okay. And what exactly did you say to them? Fight them and what else? Because I saw everything. No go. You can cuss them out and anything, even though that's something I don't agree with, but...
All right, so the cops spend some time lecturing the kid. They tell the parents to send the kid back inside. And this is where I was kind of shocked. I'm not going to lie. I was shocked.
Person arrest, where he's probably going to go to DJJ tonight. Has he ever been to DJJ?
No.
No? Okay. All right. We have no choice. It's a felony, and our supervisor wants it to be done. Not sure. Just relax. Just relax. He's a kid, so it's not really soon. It won't be too long.
How it used to. So let me.
All right, so now they're going to coddle the mother's feelings. At some point, the father says, I've been saying for over a year about this knife collection. He's being arrested tonight, okay? He's going over to the detention center. They tell the parents it's not that big a deal. Here we go.
The knives.
No, I don't care about that.
I said he shouldn't have fucking knives.
I said he shouldn't have fucking knives.
I don't know who decided to buy him all these fucking knives.
Can you guys just...
The mother right away, I didn't. So you have two parents here, a mother and a father. Nobody knows who bought this child a knife collection. A knife collection at 11 years old.
Grab your driver's license real quick.
You want to take two? You can take my oldest.
I don't like arresting juveniles. It's something I don't like to do, but with stuff when the statute...
Father makes a joke. You want to take them both, blah, blah, blah. Now watch this.
Once he is turned back to your custody, whether it's tonight, tomorrow, whenever, in all likelihood, the school will be in touch, and he is not allowed back into the school until further arrangements are made.
Okay. He's probably going to have to end up going to the, I forgot what it's called.
Rise Up.
So now this child is now expelled from school as well, all right? So now this child has a felony record at 12 years old. He was already in trouble at 11. He's now expelled from school, and he's going to go to an after-school program. In my experience, these type of programs can corrupt kids more than they do benefit them, okay? Because they're usually in there with kids that are, you know, just as bad, if not worse. They think it's cool. They're now gangster. Look at me. It's a whole program I think needs reinvented. But anyway, going forth. So the mother finds out, you know, this is really real. He's going to be in a holding cell. He's a criminal now.
Probably take away his phone, I would say. Make sure he...
And he probably shouldn't have.
Father says that's the latest that's going to happen. Now, in this footage, the father also says, I'm going to strangle you to the son.
Have access to a knife collection until after he turns into an adult.
Yeah. I've been complaining about that knife collection for at least a year now.
All right, what's a good phone number?
I've been complaining about the knife collection for at least a year now. So why didn't the father take away this knife collection? Exactly, Father Snuggles. Exactly. They usually come out worse. You've been complaining about it for a year now, but you never took it? Okay. Which means you knew there was problems with your child.
Go take a picture of the knife collection?
Yeah, come on. You don't mind dogs right there, good?
No, yeah, I like dogs.
All right, here we go. Now, there's a few things I'm going to point out here. And it's not that the mother's crying, because I'll be honest, I would cry too. You go through all these emotions. You realize your child just effed up their life. They're being taken from you now. They're going to jail. I mean, you know, detention center, but nonetheless, I am sympathetic towards the mother. Look at the difference between the mom and the dad. The dad says, I'm going to choke you. He offers for the police to take his other son. He's just very less coddleish than the mother. But the mother's really having a hard time here. And Look at this. One thing I noticed throughout all of this is this little boy does not hug his mother back. That tells me this 12-year-old is well too grown for his age.
Car up.
You'll soon, okay? I promise. I'm soon, okay?
There's a disconnect here. He's not even hugging her back. Imagine making your parent cry like that, not even hugging them back.
You hear me?
I don't think she can remain calm. He needs to be scared, to be honest. But you go through a lot of emotions, and you experience her go through all of them in this entire video. I'm jumping all around, all right? This isn't the whole video, but she does go through all of the stages of grief.
They're just gonna talk to you. You'll be okay. Don't worry. You're stupid. You made a stupid mistake. And everything, me and Daddy will be here. You'll come soon, okay?
Once my partner pulls
Please?
up for
Okay, don't worry.
all that's
Everything will be okay. Promise?
He's not even speaking back. She's just speaking to him. She's having a conversation in her head.
Me and Daddy are here. I promise you will fix it.
All right, honey, let him go.
Yeah.
I promise you will fix it. And the husband says, let him go. The husband's not hugging him. He's not even saying goodbye to him. He's just, let him go.
Hold on. This hands on your back knuckles together.
This kid is 12. This is the age of my child. I couldn't fathom. I sent this to my son, though, and I said, listen, I get it. You guys get in your little group chats. You think you're talking to friends. You guys talk a little trash. I understand it. But you say one thing wrong, and you can ruin your entire life off of it. And quite frankly, I don't even think kids should have cell phones, but the whole world has them. And you're kind of doing your child an injustice. I said this when he came to Sebastian Rogers' case. The fact that Sebastian had very limited access to his cell phone, I feel like is an injustice to them in today's world, because this is how kids communicate. It's not like when I was younger and we rode our bike looking for the yard that had all the bikes on them so we knew where our friends were. No, it's a whole different world now.
And we have one Whiskey Mike Juvenile 1015. Cuffs are in the shape of ovals, so if you start twisting them inside the cuffs, they will hurt. Best way to do this is either knuckles together or palms together.
Look, Dad's just casually taking out trash. He's going about his fucking night. He's like, well, the trash got to go out. I mean, holy hell, your son's being cuffed.
Good. They don't hurt. All right, buddy. The knives that were in the photos, apparently they privately belong to him.
All right, they take him for evidentiary.
Where he's processed.
Like rap music? Yeah? Okay.
Now, this part did make me laugh. The poor boy's in the back. Now he's crying.
You're good, buddy. Just relax. I probably shouldn't be playing this.
He's playing Kodak Black. He's like, I probably shouldn't be playing this. That part cracked me up. I'm not going to lie.
I probably shouldn't be playing this. You're good, buddy. Just relax. Then what's gonna happen? So we're gonna go to our jail, and they're just gonna take a couple pictures of you, and then to watch. You watch Twitch? You like Tyson app? No. You good? Talk to you. So you got to be more careful, okay?
All right. So this officer obviously has a heart for him, and he's, lecturing him. Now he gets here.
How you doing, guys? He's juvenile, ran through so he's a little scared.
Yeah, they usually are. They're real tough until they get here.
They're real tough until they get here.
What 12-year-old has a phone for the first place?
World's crazy.
He sent a picture of a box of knives that he has, and he said he's going to 3 times.
We got the one in there right now for bringing a BB gun to school.
They got another child in there right now for bringing a BB gun to school. I'm not gonna lie, I'm so conflicted on how I feel about this. This is a baby, dude. This kid is newly 12 years old. That the world, and the fact that our children have the world at their fingertips is growing them up way too quickly. Oh, it breaks my heart. I wish we could go back to the days where cell phones did not exist and children were children. I mean, this kid's using, calling people racial slurs and stuff. Where are his parents at?
You got to hang out here. I don't know if you know the whole drill with the juveniles.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. You know that my name? You didn't know that. You know.
You didn't know that, but you do now. All right. So days later, the father calls the police because he found out information.
His son wasn't the only one at fault.
To the sheriff's office. How you doing?
Hey, Melinda.
I'm doing all right. Are you telling me what's going on?
So I wanted to ask if somebody had texted my son.
Oh, beautiful disaster says, my son will be 12 very soon. I've dealt with this for over a year with him. Unfortunately, a kid, I told him I adopted him when he was barely 10 and now seems to hate everyone. Unfortunately, as a kid, I told him I adopted him when he was barely 10 and now he seems to hate everyone. Was he really adopted? And now he's angry at you for telling him he was adopted? I'm sorry to hear that. It's a shame that, scared straight programs are still in some areas. So here's where I kind of relate to the father, but I also don't, because I feel like he is totally coddling his child at this point. But y'all tell me what you think here. I could be wrong.
Saying that he was going to come and find him and touch him, I think is how he worded it. Is that considered a written threat?
And explain touch. Are we talking sexually or are we talking physically?
No, physically, like fighting him.
And they go to school together?
Yes.
Did he?
So again, the little boy gets out 2 days later. The father finally gets the little boy's phone. He's reading the thread and he realizes another kid said to his son first that I'm going to find you and I'm going to touch you. Touch you is the word. Oh, someone else told him she adopted him. Jeez, I'm so sorry. Touch you is a word kids use now for beat your ass. Like, I'm going to beat your ass when I see you. I'm going to touch you when I see you. So here's Dad.
Express when he's going to do this, or is just a general statement?
No, just a general statement. He was the one that was just charged with written threats and arrested on Thursday night. He's the kid that sent the picture of the knives.
I have no idea about any of that. Your son was arrested?
He was.
Okay.
But in the conversation, another kid also threatened to beat his ass. This other kid threatened to touch him. Meaning I'm going to come beat your ass. No, it happened on Thursday. That's a chargeable offense because I don't understand why the other kid wasn't arrested.
Can you imagine being a grown-ass adult and you want a bunch of 11, 12-year-olds arrested? I mean, come on, get it together. Not beat your son's ass, because that's not the correct answer. Obviously, the son learned violence from somewhere. Take away his phone. Okay? Take away his phone. Put him to work around the house, around the yard. Make him shape up. This kid is now going through the legal system at 12 years old. This was a group chat.
Basically, why did the other kid not get arrested?
Exactly. And whether or not I can press charges on the other kid for threatening him. One of the other kids at the group text threatened. All right. If I need to speak to him about it, then that's what I'll do. If there's a potential charge, written threats, so that I can place on this other kid, that's the route that I want to go. Because my son's not the only one that did something wrong in this situation.
There it is. My son's not the only one who did something wrong in this situation. That is where parents always mess up. Your son sent a photo of knives and said he was going to stab the child over 3 different times and bring them to school. Exactly. So instead of making your son be accountable for his own actions, he's helping his child deflect onto someone else's bad behavior instead of addressing his son's issues. And listen, here's the other thing. I get mother to father speaking about that. But to sit down with your child and be like, well, he's not the only one who did something wrong. No, unacceptable. That is exactly why this child was not hugging his mother back. I'm sorry, there's just a lot here. There's a lot here.
Was that not mentioned at the time that he was arrested?
It wasn't, because when they arrested him, they took his phone, and I had to come down to the DJJ Center to get his phone so I can review the conversation. That's when I saw the other threat that was placed.
The chances are it might be better for the deputy that's working the case to continue, because otherwise, I'm kind of coming in halfway through.
So let me make a quick phone call and give you a call right back.
Still, he isn't let off the hook. The boy faces felony charges for written threats to kill.
Oh,
Most parents.
written threats to kill. Let's go back to age 11. Is this connected? Year-long back and forth, new set of kids threatening each other, so much happening. I don't know, but if the parents were more aware of what their son was doing and who he was hanging out with, hopefully when they got in trouble at 11, he was told not to be associated with those kids anymore. I don't know, dude. These kids are way too advanced. If you have a child that is around this age or capable of understanding this situation, I highly recommend you send them this video or you sit down with them and watch it together. This child spoke out of anger. He thought he was being cool in a group chat, and he now has a felony that will follow him forever. There is so much here. Tiffany says, my son is 12. He is autistic with a lot of behavioral issues. He has completely destroyed the classroom, put his hands on kids and adults along myself and his dad. I took away all. Yeah, I mean, it's hard. It's hard. I can't fathom what it's like. I'm so blessed that my son is a relatively good child. He's quiet. He has a good set of friends. You know, I don't, but this kid is definitely, took away all electronics. I make him do yard work, etc. Yeah, you gotta shape them, man. You gotta shape them. If this kid now is going through a system, he's going to go to a school with kids that are either just as bad or worse than him. It is a bad track he is on, and these straight programs don't really work. They end up associating them with kids that are doing as bad, if not worse things. And next thing you know, they think they're cool. They're known as the badass crew. And yeah, it's just there needs to be changes. Tia, thank you for hitting the thumbs up. Aren't juvenile charges sealed if they are minors? In some states, not always. It's even harder if you share custody. Couldn't imagine. Hey, Bueller. Hey, Bio. What do you guys think? Do you guys think that this child deserves to face a felony for this? Or do you think that this is something that should be dropped down to a lesson learned? What do you think? Oh, that's nice casual art. It changes. I'm so glad I never had to. You think he deserves the charge? This wasn't a first time off with this kid, though. Nope, he's had legal trouble before. He was in a group chat with some quote-unquote friends, and he said threats to stab them and sent them a photo of his knife collection and was dropping slurs doing so. So the kid is above his age. It's better than a murder charge. I think that usually minors... Oh, that's what you guys meant. Yes, as he gets older, his minor record will be sealed. But if he gets into any trouble after the age of 18, the courts see the prior charges. Your average you and I and employments and all may not, but the courts do. And it will still be a stain on his record. How the F are you going to give a preteen a felony? And parents aren't willing to teach this kid, so one has to. Did you guys hear him in the back crying, though? I mean, he's still a child. I'm so conflicted on it myself. I don't know. The one thing I definitely took away from that, like I said, I shared that with my son and we discussed it. And, you know, a lot of times you think you're being cool. You know, no adults are around. You don't really think of consequences, especially at his age. He's not thinking of consequences. And now he's facing some hardcore ones. And yeah, it's going to be an entire, and the sad part is the parents are the ones that have to suffer, right? Because they now have to pay for attorneys. They have to deal with all of this. I don't know. Mom seemed like a coddler and the dad seemed a bit detached. One of the first things he said in front of the police is, "I'm going to strangle you," to his son. PD, choo-choo, thank you so much. I really appreciate you guys joining the choo-choo train. Thank you so much for jumping aboard. You know, somebody else tried stealing our choo-choo train Couldn't believe it. Parents should get the felony and the child a charge, but lesser than felony. You think the parents deserve it? I don't know. Kids do some dumb stuff, man. At 12 years old, they're not thinking. They're not, he wrote out of anger. They were all in there talking about fighting each other, and I don't know. I don't think the parents deserve it. Hey, he's 12. Really? That's a good point. I suppose you're right. If he's not thinking about consequences by 12, but like the rage they're going through all these different changes, and he's trying to keep up this cool guy appearance. The other kid's talking about beating his ass, and he responds back. I don't know. I don't know. Absolutely. And the fact the father said he's been saying it for a year, well, why didn't you step up and take it away? If you have concerns for well over a year about your child having a knife collection, why did he still have it? They could charge him as an adult, Indy. It doesn't seem like they will, but they could. 11-year-old boy threatened my 8-year-old granddaughter on the bus with his K9s. Ugh, gosh. I normally would not think the parents deserve it, but they knew he had the knife collection, did nothing. They obviously weren't watching his phone either, his communications. We can pull it up, but it's definitely not AI. It was released by the police. It's not like it just popped on the internet. I notice a lot of surveillance videos look AI generated now. I watch some videos and I'm like, oh, that looks AI, because the problem is AI is looking too realistic. Really quick, I want to pull this up. Melanie's, oh yeah, I've seen this. Yeah, I saw this already. These are photos of Melodee's mother wearing her wigs again. She got the iPad, the phone. She doesn't even look the same. Anyway, let me pull up the strange video again. I definitely don't think it's AI. I think AI looks so realistic that we now think that realistic things are AI. That's just my experience with them. Oh, what happened? Oh, there we go. I don't see his shoes change. Oh, you're seeing the blackness when the door opens? That's just because you're seeing the black top of it right here. Yeah, you're not seeing the white sole at that point. I don't think the police would release an AI photo or video. We got another one. Kenna coming through. Granny, a 9 to 10-year-old beaten at an essay. I know. I saw that. I shared it on a community tab. That was horrific. But you got to wonder where the 9 to 10-year-old learned that from. Anybody else agree with me that AI looks so realistic that we're now questioning realistic things to be AI? Bite Me says, if he had already been in trouble before, then his parents definitely should be held accountable for not keeping up with what their child was doing, especially knowing he had knives and social media. Now, the other issue is that he was cleared of those charges because he was in the area, but he was not a participant. That everything begins at home with the parents should be charged. In a way, I disagree. Just because of what I know my son does and his stepdads and I have taken. That's true. 35 months. Tattoos, my girl. Thank you so much. I don't know how I put up with you for so long. Just kidding, girl. Just kidding. All right, my friends. I got to get ready. I got to go buy some overpriced pumpkins. My golly. Listen, I said this the other day. I'm going to say it again. They didn't tell us who the man was, Donna Clerk. With the government shutdown, I don't know if things have changed or are going to change, but millions of people are likely to go without government assistance this upcoming month, November, which is Thanksgiving. A lot of people, I don't care what your feelings are on the program, a lot of people depend upon it. A lot of children depend upon it. If you are in a position to pick up an extra item or two while you are out food shopping, if you are able to go through your own cabinets and see what you have sitting there that is of date, that you haven't touched, and you can afford to spare, please do so and consider donating to your local food banks. If you have one of those cupboard things like my neighborhood has now where you can put different food inside for anybody walking by, please consider doing that. It's I'm sure a scary time for many people. I have 2 bags ready that I plan to go put into those local little shelf things. Maybe I'll take you all along with me. You all can do it at the same time, and we can do a whole thing about it. If you are in a place to do so, please consider doing that. It worries me that there are going to be children that are not going to have access to food. You can pick up, if you have a produce junction like I do, pick up big bags of fruits, veggies, divide it up, donate it to different places. Do what you can if you can. I appreciate you all tuning in. If you haven't, please consider hitting a thumbs up. I hope you all enjoy your Saturday. I know we certainly will. I'm looking forward to this family time, and I will see you all next time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Seriously, thank you, thank you, thank you. I know, not popular topics, but they're more important topics. We got Melodee Buzzard, 9 years old, missing from California, last seen on a 3-day trip with her mother, who is not cooperating with police. She has been isolated from family and her community. She has not been in school, all the things. Keep your eye out for Melodee. Please use the photo that you saw of her at the rental place and not the image they are using of her at a much younger age. And if you have a child, a teenager, a pre-teenager who is able to sit down with you and understand the video I just showed, let me drop it in the comment section. It is a great educational piece to remind our children that their temporary outbursts can lead to lifelong consequences, that easily a conversation between friends can end up being a conversation inside a courtroom. Stay on top of your children. Keep an eye on your children. Keep an eye on your family members. Depression, postpartum. If you have children in your family you have not touched base with in a long time, please reach out. Keep an open eye and support your neighborhood if you can. I appreciate all of you, and I'll see you next time. Bye, friends.